Good morning everyone! Welcome to Grade 10 Science class. For today's lesson, we are going to talk about the distribution of mountains, volcanoes and mountain ranges, and the different plate boundaries. On our last science lesson, we have learned that the Philippines is situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire, meaning that our country, together with other places in the Pacific Ring of Fire, are prone to volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and other geological activities.
Have you ever wondered how volcanoes, mountains, and other geological features formed? Let us first take a look at the lithospheric part of the Earth. The lithosphere is the rigid, outermost shell of the terrestrial planet. On Earth, it is composed of the crust and upper portion of the upper mantle that behaves elastically on timescales up to thousands of years and more. There are two types of crust, the oceanic crust and the continental crust. Let us have the similarities and differences between oceanic crust and continental crust. Oceanic crust is mainly composed of basalt, while continental crust is composed of granite. Oceanic crust is thinner, while continental crust is thicker. When it comes to density, oceanic crust has high density, while continental crust has low density. When it comes to their similarities, both crusts shift, move, and grow.
According to the plate tectonics model, the entire lithosphere of the Earth is divided into numerous slabs called plates.
Take a look at this map. What is the difference between this map and other maps that we see regularly? The map shows the Earth's lithosphere broken into tectonic plates that are gradually moving. How do scientists divide these plates? Let us examine the following maps. Figure 1 shows the distribution of major active volcanoes. Figure 2 shows the distribution of major earthquakes or epicenter. Figure 3 shows the distribution of major mountain belts of the world. And Figure 4 shows the distribution of major plate tectonics. Can you now tell the basis of our scientists on marking plates?
The places on Earth where most of the earthquakes originated or some of the mountains and volcanoes were formed mark the boundaries of each lithospheric plate.
Now let us talk about the different plate boundaries. Take a look at the plate tectonic map. What do the arrows in the map indicate? Are the plates moving in the same direction? The arrows in the map tells the direction of the movement of plates. Each plate is slowly moving relative to each other, causing geologic events to happen between their boundaries.
There are three distinct types of plate boundaries which are differentiated by the type of movement they exhibit. We have the convergent plate boundary, the divergent plate boundary, and the transform fault boundary.
Divergent boundaries are boundaries where plates separate and move in opposite directions, allowing new lithosphere to form from upwelling magma. This either happens at mid-ocean ridges or at rifted continental margins. Convergent boundaries are boundaries where plates move towards each other. One plate either sinks beneath the other along a subduction zone, or plates collide because neither can be subducted. Transform fault boundaries are boundaries where plates move horizontally past each other. Earthquakes are common along these faults.
Studying plate boundaries are important because along these boundaries, the deformation of the Earth's lithosphere is happening. These geologic events have a great impact not only in the environment but also on us.
Now let us test if you have learned something. What is the boundary between the South American plate and the African plate? Next, What is the boundary between the Eurasian plate and the Philippine plate? The last one, what is the boundary between the North American plate and the Pacific plate?
I hope that you learned something and see you again on our next science class.